Probably the question I get asked the most in my Instagram DMs are, what advice do you have for starting a YouTube channel or getting into filmmaking? I've devised a small list of things that I've carried with me through my journey and that's got me to this point where I'm at today. And I think the most crucial thing is finding your why. Why are you doing this? What is your reason? What is going to get you up out of bed in the morning for you to achieve? It can't be money related. It has to be like in your soul. It has to be something that really sets your soul on fire. Otherwise, it's not going to get you out of bed in the morning. Your one motivation, your why, cannot be money. Otherwise, especially in this world, you will not succeed. The most obvious but crucial is actually starting it. There's no point talking about it. There's no point planning it loads. Start it. Get that first video out of the way. Get that first project out and continue with it. And this leads me on to the next point, is being consistent. You have to be consistent. Otherwise, you do one video, leave it for 2 months. No one's going to care by the next 2 months. You have to be in people's faces. You have to be popping up on their social medias constantly about the content you're producing and the next video that's out. Otherwise, I've seen it so many times. People just run off the motivational gas. Like, they'll just get a buzz, they'll get some motivation from somewhere, some inspiration. They'll make like 2 or 3 videos in the first week whilst they've got this buzz of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. And then you see nothing. Like they don't upload any other videos after that. And that's purely because they're running off motivation and inspiration. They don't have a strong enough why. Like, their why in that moment was probably because, oh, if I do the first couple of videos, they'll bang and then I'm set. Like, people want short-term success so long, and you have to be out for the long game in this. Like, have to be. Even in filmmaking, YouTube, anything, you have to be in it for the long run, because nothing about this world, this creative space, is short-term. It's all long-term. You have to love it. Otherwise, you're not going to want to do it, like, at all. And then with consistency, it leads into creating and repeat, film and repeat, film, repeat, film, repeat. The more you create, the better you're going to get. And that's almost the fast track, is by constantly making content, whether it be making a short about making a cup of tea or going for a walk, taking your camera down the beach. Like, you will learn so many things off doing those small filming sessions than if you weren't doing anything. Like, you're doing those 1% in each session. Every time you edit, every time you film, you'll be learning something new, or your knowledge will be becoming stronger in what you're doing. And I think a really important one, because I think people spend a lot of time doing this, is a name. Just go with your name to start with. I think that was the one mistake I did, is I tried to get away from my name when I should have just kind of stuck with my name, because it's your name, it's your personality, your individuality is your own name. So stick with it, because you'll start developing a style that's cohesive, that's relevant, that symbolizes your brand as a person. That you already have your own brand. You're you. That is your brand. And stick with it, because I feel like a lot of people try and disconnect themselves with it, or like disassociate themselves with it, and then regret it later down the line, because naturally as you get older, you want a different name, or you actually mature, or whatever it may be. I can guarantee you'll go away from the name that you spend hours and days creating all this branding for. Just stick with your name to start with, focus on making stuff, and that'll be the best thing you can do. 100% that'll be the best thing you do. I think I really got in my head at the start about finding a niche and not being a jack of all trades, but that doesn't apply to the creative industry, and especially in the filmmaking and photography world, because they all intertwine. I couldn't say that word there, intertwine. They all intertwine. Photography and filmmaking. You use so many things from each, for whether it be filmmaking, when you're making videos, or when you're taking photos, whether it be composition, lighting, cameras, lenses. There's so much, it's endless. I mean, it was useless naming like 4 things there, but there's loads of things that intertwine with video and photo. So learn it all. Don't just focus on one thing. Like, try and branch your knowledge out as much as possible, especially at the start, because if you get really good at something and get comfortable with it and then try and break out of it, you'll find so much discomfort, because you've already built up a way of doing something for one particular niche, instead of branching out at the start, widening your tool straight away off the bat, and just getting a feel of what you like, because you'll go through so many phases of just liking photos and taking pictures, or then you'll start doing loads of videos and you'll really enjoy doing videos and won't touch photos, and that will just keep changing. Like, as a creative, you can't be kept in a box. You need to fly. You need to be a butterfly. You need to fly into all creative endeavors. I feel like just following those few tips would be my biggest advice for young filmmakers or people who are looking into getting into doing a YouTube channel. They're some of the ones I've carried with me, some of the lessons that I've learned. Let me know if you have any other questions that you would want me to answer, because that is a very frequent DM I get is how do I start? What advice would you give? They are the key ones that I would say that will give you a good kickstart to in this creative world. That is it for today's video. I hope you're all well, and I will see you soon.